My dog is humping his bed, so that's happening. Hey guys, it's Sydney and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, because you know life happens. So before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on all socials. I'm a lot more active on like Instagram and Twitter than I am YouTube sometimes. I apologize. So for today's video, as you can tell by the title, is a post-grad life update. So if you did not know, I started my channel when I started college, and here we are 4 years later. You hear little paw prints, by the way, that's my dog running around. Anyways, yeah, here we are 4 years later, and I am college educated and graduated. Scout, do you want to join the party? Yeah, this is my life now. But yeah, I thought I would just do a little post-grad life update, because I get a lot of questions since I've graduated college, for those of you who have been watching me forever. And yeah, I just want to like answer them all here. Ooh, big yawn. And also just give you guys a little update on my life, because a lot has changed in my life and whatnot. So just to jump into the life update part of this, big life changes. I am living with my boyfriend. We got a dog together. This is him. His name is Scout. He likes to chew on my sweaters whenever I wear sweaters. And he's actually a really good dog. Probably doesn't seem like it because he keeps biting everything. He's amazing. He has a YouTube channel. Yeah, go watch it if you haven't already, because he's a little star. So yeah, I've moved in with my boyfriend. We have a dog together. We're living in an apartment right now. We're getting a house in the future, like the very, very near future. This is also the first time I've ever tried to film a sit-down video since getting Scout, and it's very difficult. Motherhood is difficult. And so life is just kind of falling into place. Life is just happening. It's happening fast, such is life. Also, my career has changed. I still just do YouTube as a hobby. You know, I'm just kind of like taking it day by day. And like, if I grow to the point where it could be my job, it will be my job. We're still not there. Patience is a virtue. So I have started a new job in my career path. For those of you who don't know, and I feel like pretty much everyone, I don't really talk about like my job that much on my YouTube channel, but I work in social media and I do influencer bookings. So yes, I am an influencer, and I also work with influencers on the other end of things. So I have a very, like, I guess, unique perspective, because I'm on both sides of influencer marketing, and I really, really, really enjoy it. I'm with a new company. I just made a switch, like literally last week was my first week at my new job, and I'm really loving it so far. So yeah, lots of things happening in my life. Again, if you hear a bunch of banging around, Scout is playing with his bone. So that is all the things that have changed in my life. Now I want to jump into a Q&A where we can dig more into a little bit of like advice that I have to give you guys of like things that you have asked me since I've graduated college. Also, just to cover this right now, I graduated from Arizona State University this past May with a degree in communication and a minor in sales and marketing. So the first question that was asked was, how did you apply for jobs, and was there any specific websites you used? Also, if you ever want to participate in my Q&As, I do them all through my Instagram, so go follow me. But yeah, so for my jobs, it was actually kind of through the connections that I've already like had throughout school, and people that I just like knew, like, and met in college and everything. So my previous job that I had for a little bit over a year, I got that job just through connections. It was with a hospitality company, so they own like restaurants and bars and stuff like that. And I was actually a hostess at one of their restaurants, and someone in their corporate office recommended me to be on their social media team. I interviewed and I got the job. So that was the connection there. My job that I have now, my best friend was an intern at the job that I have now, like last year when we were still in school. So that was the connection there. And then also I already knew the girl that I'm going to be like working with on the social media team there. So that was also the connection there. So I didn't really use any job websites like Indeed or even LinkedIn, but I would highly suggest that. I would highly suggest having your LinkedIn like beautiful, perfect. You know, you can ask professors, and I'm sure a lot of schools have like workshops and like their student services and everything that'll help prepare you for interviews and help prepare your LinkedIn to look like beautiful and ready to be viewed by employers. So I would definitely check out those sites. And then there's some other ones out there as well. This next question, how did you navigate the job search process? So kind of like what I just went over. LinkedIn is a really good resource. If you do not have a LinkedIn profile, you need to get a LinkedIn profile, especially if you are graduating from undergrad soon. You need a LinkedIn. It's like a living, breathing resume online. You can talk and connect with employers and other people and like network. It's just like really good for all that. A lot of these have to do with how to deal with just the stress of job hunting in general. What I would say is apply to like everything you can, like initially. Obviously, if you have time still in college, try to get internships in the field you want to work in the hopes that they'll just hire you right after your internship is over. But if that's not the case for you, then just apply to like anything and everything within your field and with what you want to do. But you just want to get your foot in the door somewhere. You want to build your resume. You want to get some experience. So just apply to a bunch of jobs. The worst that can happen is that they say no. Always apply, have an open mind, really use the tools that your school like gives to you through their student services and career services and everything to help prepare you for that job. Have your friends help you prepare for the job and interviews. Also, when you're interviewing, if you find out the name of the person who is interviewing you, like stalk them pretty much. Like find out what their position is and what it's about, what they do every day. You need to look up the company, look up everything about the company as well, so you go into that interview already knowing everything about the place that you're stepping into and the person that you're talking with, because it'll really show that you put in the time and research into the interview, and it shows a lot more dedication in that sense. Also, always have questions to ask in interviews. It's always just kind of like not a red flag, but employers really like you to ask questions. So never end an interview with, oh, do you have any questions? And you're just like, no, I think that's it. You know, just always have a question. My go-to question was, what does a day in your life at insert company here look like? And you know, people like to talk about themselves. So your employer or person interviewing you is going to enjoy that question. You know, it'll show interest. It'll show that you want to know what it's like to work there. I feel like everyone my age is so far ahead of me, like I'm slacking at life. Same. I feel ya. There is just this immediate pressure to like land a full-time, like big salary job right after you graduate, and that just can't be like further from reality. Like, yes, a lot of people get that, like good, great for them, that's awesome. But for a lot of other people, like it takes time. Job hunting is really hard, especially if you're in a competitive field, or maybe you're just living somewhere that doesn't have a lot of options for you. Maybe you need to consider moving out of state or whatever the case may be. But don't ever compare yourself to everyone else. When I was in between like looking and kind of coming across like other jobs upon graduation and just like comparing myself to everyone, it just is like self-sabotage. Like you can't do that. You can't compare yourself to everyone else and their careers and how their post-grad life is going, because you are going to have a completely unique experience. So don't get too hard on yourself. You're literally only 21, 22 years old when you graduate college. That's so young. How has your degree helped you after graduating? I feel like everyone is always like, oh my gosh, like how does my degree even help me, yada yada, you know? I mean, my degree has helped a ton in social media and everything. They look for a communication degree or something in marketing, because it is marketing. Yeah, that just kind of is like a resume builder in itself, shows that I've educated myself in my field. That in general has just helped. Post-grad is just being in the field that I want to be in with a degree that just supports that even more. It doesn't mean that, say like years down the road, you have to stick with your degree. I know a woman who owns like a sales firm, and her degree was like psychology, like human psychology, and she owns like a fashion like sales place in New York City, you know? So don't think that down the road you're just like stuck to whatever your degree is. Does it suck? LOL. A little bit, yeah, it sucks. Graduating college is such a weird period of your time, and I've like vented about it on like my Instagram, and it was really comforting because then I had people who I know that have graduated like a couple years like before me or something, and they're always like, this is a really weird transitional period, like you'll get out of this funk, like you're not alone. Everyone feels really just weird and awkward after they graduate college and like down, you know, like you're stuck in this routine of education for the past 16 years of your life, and then all of a sudden like the gates open and you're like, hello world, what do I do now? And so it is a really weird transitional period, and it does get to you a little bit, but you're not alone. Yeah, so that is my little life update. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing Scout play in the background the entire video. I love that dog so freaking much. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helped in some kind of sort of way. If there's anything that I didn't go over, drop a question below and I'll try my best to answer it. I love you guys so much. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm so much more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube, clearly. But I love you guys. Alright, subscribe!